Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your boy High Tech, and I got a super necessary production for you guys today. I'm in the middle of restoring a Sega Dreamcast that I bought locally, by the way, for 50 bucks. And to me, that was a steal. The only thing that was wrong with it was a broken controller port, but we're not here for the broken controller port, all right? Today we're taking apart the controller, this really yellowed out two-tone, see? The two-tone controller here. And I'm gonna show you how to restore this controller back to its original color, or at least something really close to it, right? So I'm going to show you guys what you need for that, and I'll show you the process, what I do, how to get it back to its original color. Let's go. All right, so a couple of things you're going to need. If you have an iFixit kit, like this is really great if you have one. If you don't have one on hand, that's okay. Just get you like a regular Phillips head screwdriver. You probably can't even see that right there. Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, this is kind of a bigger one, but it's still, even for the tiny screws on the back, it still kind of works for it. Just got to be a little bit careful. You're gonna need a container, some kind of plastic, empty, transparent. It's got to be transparent, okay? A transparent container to put your stuff in. You're gonna need a string of black lights, maybe a couple of different strings, maybe a black light bar. Probably the strings work a little better. And you'll also need some hydrogen peroxide, okay? This is 3% food grade. The last time I did the color restoration, I used 6%. That's a little bit more intense, and that one's, it's like, that's kind of where you start getting in the realm of, you're gonna like irritate your eyes and your skin if you have like any nicks or cuts. It's kind of irritating, so this will be my actual first time trying the 3%, and we're gonna see the difference it makes between 3 and 6, but that's really all you need. So with that being said, let me show you how we get in there, and let's get it done, yo. All right, let's get it started here. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna slowly, or one by one, take off these screws here. There are 6 of them, or like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 6 of them on the back side here. So we're just going to take these off first. So this is right here. So when you run into this issue, you see how this part right here is a little bit too wide for the controller right there. This is where if you have a screwdriver that just is uniform, then it would work for you right there. So that's why I have that. So you might need, if you have the iFixit kit, then you might need a screwdriver that is just a little more just simpler and straightforward. So like I said, this one is still good enough to get in there and get those screws. So there we go. There's the first one. And we'll go for the second one. I'll put those right on the side right there, okay? All right, as you can see here, this last screw kind of gave me a hard time, but it came undone. That's okay. So I made the first mistake, which was opening it with the buttons facing up. You want the buttons to be facing down, okay? And here's why. So I'm gonna take this off slowly, okay? So here's one side right there, nothing else. Oh, except the screw. Nothing else in there. Screw is right here. Okay, so keep this guy right over here. Yep, there goes the screw. Okay, keep this guy right over there. And then here you have the controller here. And this is broken. You see how this came off? And, oh yeah, look, check it out. Some broken pieces, some pieces of plastic right there that came out. And I think I'm gonna fix this in a separate video, but that is okay, okay? But here's the inside right here. The buttons are gonna be right underneath your PCB board right here. So if you look right here, you have a couple more screws that we need to take off. We got 1, 2, and a third one, I think, somewhere around here, which I'm not too sure if there is, but we'll just take off those 2 screws and go from there, okay? All right, now the 2 screws have come out. You can just lift them up like that, okay? All my buttons fell out because, again, like I said, I held it upside down. I goofed up on that one, but that's okay. So now that this part is off, we're just gonna keep it how it is, and we'll just place it right over here to the side, okay? Now, if you look right here, You have all the insides. You have your little rubber pads right here, your D-pad, your buttons. Here's our D-pad right here. This was the rubber pad for our start button right there. We have the spring, our trigger, and all of our buttons, which we can just kind of put right here on our little mat right there. And this is the front casing, the front side of your controller shell. And this is the back side. There you are. This is all we really need. Store these somewhere safe where you know you can find them, right? So right for me, I keep them all right here on my little workstation mat right here. Get you one, it's magnetic. These are plastic, but still, just knowing that they're in one spot is good enough. Your screws are up here on top. All right, let me show you the next step. Let's go. All right, so this is the part right here where we're gonna use the hydrogen peroxide, okay? Get some gloves because you always wanna take care when you're using like any kind of chemical or just anything that is not supposed to be like on or around your skin. I know it's just peroxide and it's like a lower percentage, but still, always want to be on the safer side, right? Because you know you might just get some and it might be your eyes and it's all bad. So just use some gloves, okay? And what you're gonna want to do is in your little plastic Tupperware container, you're gonna put some peroxide, just enough to submerge your, just in this case, it's just gonna be the shell, nothing else in here. Just enough to submerge the shell. That way, the part that is discolored is going to be covered by the peroxide, okay? And again, just always make sure all the rubber pieces are out, all the buttons. If they're in there, no big deal, the buttons will just get cleaned too. But still, just make sure that it's just the parts that you want to clean up, okay? So with our pieces in here, okay, just make sure you can put this part face up. This part could be face down or however you prefer, but you're just going to just start putting your peroxide in here. You're gonna see it's filling up, right? So I should have gotten a smaller container, to be honest, because you got to use a lot of peroxide to make sure it's covered, but that's okay. See, you can just cover it like that, and that'll be okay. Still need a little bit more for this top part here, which is going to require some more, so some more in there. All right, so here is the top-down view. I did decide to flip this part over because I think it would have been better. See if you take a look on the side. It would have been better if the part that is most discolored is on the bottom here. Okay, and if you want to weigh it down, because sometimes it does float up, you can just get like I have a quarter right here, a quarter, and just kind of put it in there, right? Just have it weigh down, right? And you can do the same thing for the other one here. Just put a little quarter in there, like it's the Taco Bell coin game. Okay, so now that you have your peroxide in there with your two discolored pieces, let me show you which part comes next. So the next part is to make a box, right? Or you already have a box, but you're gonna cover this whole thing in foil, okay? So all the edges, see this right here, all the edges do have to be covered up, okay? And so once you have all the edges covered up and you can't see pretty much on the inside of the container from the outside, once it's covered, what you're going to do is, if you have black lights, like the string black lights, you can wrap them around the top here to go just kind of zigzag. Or you know what I do is I tend to put the lights underneath the foil here, and I just wrap it around the whole box, and I just kind of go that way. I do a little spiral, I hook them up, then I put the foil on top. And then if you have a lid for the container, cool, you can use the lid, but it's still got to be covered by foil. So, you know, I guess it would just be easier to put a sheet of foil on top, which is what I normally do. But my black light string, it just kind of burnt out right now, so I got to get another one. So I'll do that, and I'll see you guys in a couple of days. And then after a few days, we'll check on it, and we will see how the color turned out. See you guys later. All right, as you can see, I got me some replacement lights here, and they are the strips. If you were wondering, you see I just lined them up on the outside of the box here, And I got some foil, like I said, all along the edges, right? I'm just gonna tidy this up as soon as I switch or, you know, go to the next scene here. But yeah, it's gonna look like this, and all you need is just to put a foil cover on top so you can trap the light inside, and that's what it'll look like. See you in a few days. All right, it's been about 2 days. I've left this baking in here, so let's just take off the cover. There we go, look at that. All that good stuff there. So it has been just hanging out like this. So let us take it out and see what it looks like. All right, and here they are. And as you can see, the difference is night and day. All right, so I did leave this in there for about 2 days, and this is the result. And now that the discoloring has disappeared, you can see that there are some scuff marks on here, which is okay, because I did, like I said, I did buy this Dreamcast. It was used before, so these scuff marks are just like damage from, you know, just someone just, you know, tossing their controller around or that kind of thing. So yeah, these little scuff marks right here are not a result of the peroxide, but it's just how the controller was, just the condition of it right here. A couple more scuffs on that end right there. But yeah, that's about it. So I mean, if you ever want to discolor any, you know, take out the yellowing of any of your electronics, your plastics, that kind of thing, then that is the method that I use. It's really, really simple. It's really cheap actually. And yeah, that's how you do it. So hey, if you enjoyed the video, if I showed you something new today, then please give a like, you know, subscribe for more. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. And see you guys on the next one. This was a super necessary production. Peace out.